Welcome to the Wet Zone, the wetter the better podcast, where we discuss relationships, sex, love, culture, and how to spice up the bedroom.
I'm so ready for this.
No limits, no filters. Here are your hosts, King Takashi the Webmaster, Miss Cheeky with the Fatty, Mayor Maul, T Smooth, and Mr. Munchies.
There we go. Everybody can hear me now?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool.
I I can't hear you.
I don't know what's up with your thing there here. Well, you don't have headphones on? All right. So this is our first podcast in probably a long time here. I'm King Takashi, and so we're gonna discuss. Damn, I can't even hear nothing now, dog. Killing me. I'm gonna have to do a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
editing. I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing tonight. That's what that means. All right. So the topic for today is to get to my notes here. Man, thought I pinned this thing to the top here. How feminism has affected the fertilization rate and relationships. So that's going to be our topic for today here. Who wants to go first?
Mm.
Feminism and how it affected fertility rate and relationship.
I mean, I guess I could speak on, I would think that feminism, I think women overall just want to be more so like empowered. And these days, there are women that are basically like they don't need men. So they'll go and freeze their eggs. And that definitely is a huge factor for the fertility rate to be impacted for sure because, women don't feel like they need men to do those things. And if they are not finding the right man, then they know that they can just do those things on their own. Um, I guess for that aspect. Um, but I think
Eventually, they'll
that
have to find a man, though, anyways, right?
you what?
I said eventually they have to find a man
They
to.
do. They do. But I think women just want to be uh, treated as an equal. It's definitely not like the way that it used to be, back when I was a child, or like the women stayed home and took care of the kids, and then the men made the money and the woman has to do everything the man tells them that they have to do. I think these days that I know speaking for myself, like, uh, I'm a hard ass working woman. And if I'm going to be with a man, like he's going to bring just as much to the table as I do. Um, I'm definitely not going to be with somebody that expects me to cook and clean if they're not going to be cooking and cleaning as well. So,
So I know I was having audio issues and I had to click on the other link, but just by hearing what you were saying, what I realized is women have become the husbands they want.
I, I think I would agree with that.
Mm.
You're good with that?
I would want somebody. Are you basically saying that I would want somebody that mirrors myself?
No, so basically how biology works is for women, women become victims of their success, where mans get rewarded for their success. For instance, like as a hardworking woman yourself who accomplished a lot, you're not going to go down in your dating standards for a man. Like if you're making a certain amount of money, a certain type of lifestyle, a man will have to bring equal or more. Whereas a man, if the more successful I become, the more my options open because as a man, I can date women on my level or below. So the higher you go, let's just say, for instance, if you're in the top 5% of earners, top 5% of this, top 5% of that, you have to realize you're in such a marginalized dating market of men, whereas that same guy you're looking for has options to every girl on the market. And that's why it may be hard for you to find somebody like that.
I don't I don't think that necessarily from what I was saying. I'm not looking. I don't think that I'm looking for anybody that like brings to the table as far as like an income status. I think that I just want it to be like a level of respect and like a mutual respect for each other when it comes to like the daily household things or that
What's the
aspect.
number one?
To me,
What's the
like
number one
money's
divorce
not
reason
a
for
factor
women?
to me.
What's the number one reason why women leave their man or divorce them?
Well,
I
I
would say
mean, there's
financial. Well, who said a man? For a man,
No, why women break up with a man?
I mean, my reasoning for divorce is probably not the same statistic that you're looking for the answer for right now. So I definitely did not divorce my first husband because he wasn't making enough money or because like he wasn't on my level of success. So
But
I
was
don't know
he?
that. I mean, he owned his own business. He did construction. I mean, it was like he didn't it wasn't like even though he wasn't making enough money, it was more so the fact that he wasn't like trying as hard. Like I would be the one that worked at Kohl's part-time and worked my full-time job, and I tried to do the things like living on a dream is not something that I'm gonna like stand by. I mean, I will support you to an extent, but once you realize that that dream is just not going anywhere, you got to be a man and take the next step. I mean, you got to like you got to move on and bring to the table what I'm bringing to the table. Not necessarily like, I mean, in a sense, I guess in a sense that you are right, but it's not like I'm looking for somebody that works at a stock market making all this money. But I just definitely want it to be like an equal thing. If I'm trying, you're trying. If I'm pushing, you're pushing. If I'm hustling, you're hustling.
So
Like
what
it's got
is?
to be equal.
I understand when it comes to when a woman says she wants a man who's her equal, but every time you ask a woman, how tall are you?
How tall am I?
Yeah.
I'm 5'8".
So a man of your equal will be 5'8", and I'm assuming you're a high earner. So you want a man who's 5'8" and who makes as much as you and lift as much as you. That's equal, right? Equal drive, equal what? Like, what are we talking about here?
I, yeah, I mean, I guess I wouldn't go, date the guy that is serving me my food at McDonald's. But I guess, I
Hey,
guess
those
you
guys are
have like a
valuable. Ain't
range.
that right? Ain't that right, King Takashi? Those guys are valuable.
very valuable here.
What's wrong with them guys? What's
I
wrong with
mean,
the McDonald's
I wouldn't
workers?
not date them because they worked at McDonald's. I mean, not because of their money. I'm probably just more like the smell factor for me, right? Like working behind bars
What?
all day
Those be
long.
the
No,
dudes
I'm
that's
just
gonna
kidding.
break your back, though.
See that part? That's the reason why I left my first husband. Now we're getting into the statistics of it.
What? He wasn't breaking your back, or he wanted a McDonald's worker?
No, he did construction, but he definitely wasn't satisfying my needs. So I feel like if you start to go out and you're like wondering what it's like to be underneath somebody else, you probably shouldn't be with that person anymore.
Ah,
Well, well, I think like I mean, I was probably pretty late to the original question, but
the
I
original
mean, it's
question.
nothing wrong. Yeah, because my audio wasn't working.
Oh, sorry, I'm multitasking here.
But I can honestly say, like, I think that, being very open with somebody is very important. Like, if
100%.
if sexual gratification is high on the list, you're gonna let them know, like, hey, this is important, but we're talking about like, what are we looking for here? A man who's like Superman and Clark Kent? Like, what are you looking for? Because it would be crazy for me to ask for Wonder Woman and Lois Lane at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have one or the other. And I think that when it comes to women, when they say like, I want somebody on my level, well, what does that all entail? And honestly, I think it's really kind of like a cop out because those standards are so high, it usually just doesn't make sense. Because especially with women nowadays with they inflated egos, like come on, like
Yeah. No, I don't, I wouldn't, I totally hear what you're saying because I definitely, obviously, I know girls like that. I'm not saying that I want like Superman, right? Not saying that at all. I'm just saying that like definitely has to be equal as far as like the expectations of a relationship. And also there's way more to it, right, than just like when we're talking about like, finances and all those things and stuff like that. I mean, there has to be like, I think that a lot of the reasons why I'll stay single probably for a while is like the trust aspect of it. Like I'm, not going to be with somebody that's not going to be faithful because obviously there's no point of then of being in a relationship if you're not going to have that commitment to each other. So for me, um, I think that being single for the last 4 years,
I just know from experience, like if you making enough money, all that other crap goes out the window. Everything goes out the window. If you're making enough bread,
I don't
all that complaining goes out the window.
know
And like you said about the women back in the day, like okay, so I understand.
if
Women
it's
didn't
agreed upon.
have
That's a different story.
Say what?
agreed upon what?
You said if they make enough money, then all that other stuff is out the window. So you're saying that if a man makes enough money, that the other stuff doesn't matter. Like he can go and sleep with whoever he wants to, and that doesn't
Correct,
matter because he's
correct,
that's
correct,
not accurate. No,
correct. Then you must not know many, and you must not be around a lot of high value men because those men typically get what they want.
they should be getting what they want from their wife, though.
They get what they want, period. On the field, off the field, they've worked their behind off. So let me put it this way. If a man is blowing your back out, making all this money, I'm talking about he's putting food on the table for other men to support their wives. Like he's high up there. You mean to tell me you're gonna leave him because he slept with a Burger King worker? How you gonna replace him? Then you're gonna go back to the same dude that you was unhappy with working at construction. You're
No, I'm
equal,
gonna go back to
quote
myself
unquote.
because I love the fuck out of myself for being single so long, and I know that with or without him and whatever he brings to the table, my table's still going to have food on it. So that's going to be for myself. I'm not going to be with no man that's going to not be faithful to me. When I'm single right now and I can fuck whoever I want to fuck right now, and we don't have to have no commitments.
And
So
I
when I'm married,
love that for you. And I love that for you because that means your options are open, not legs per se, but your options are open. And I love that for you. I love that for you.
thank you for saying that. Thank you.
I love that for you. So keep your options open. Just Go ahead. Fuck whoever you want. Go ahead.
Period.
What I was going to say, I forgot what I was going to say. I had took some notes in. So you don't believe in a 50-50, you don't believe in a, well, you believe in a 50-50 relationship. That's what you're saying. It has to be 50-50,
Yes.
not
Like, we're
51
not Little
49.
House on the Prairie anymore. Like, I'm not going to be Karen Ingalls at home making dinner and meals when I'm out working 50, 60 hours a week myself. It's going to be 50-50.
That's cap. That's cap.
Did she disagree?
That's cap. Well, I ain't gonna disagree with what she wants. I just I mean I mean, hey, a 50-50, honestly, that sounds believable. That sounds lovely. Isn't that what feminism and everything, and isn't that what we work for? We work for 50-50, you know. You get your orgasm, I get mine, you know.
I don't know. Me personally, I never believe in a 50-50 relationship. It always got to be 51-49 somewhere.
Yeah, it's
And who's
things
who's
that
that who's that 1.9 going to? Men?
It don't necessarily have to go to the man. I mean, sometimes the female may have a stronger point where she can lead at, than the guy do. So, I mean, at that point, that she would be the 51 on that particular situation. But I don't ever believe that a 50-50 relationship ever works
it's
because
not real,
So,
because if
because
intruder comes through that door, do are we doing rock paper scissors to who gonna take care of that intruder?
no, because
no.
it's
But
choosing the guy.
when we're talking about this topic and we're saying how has feminism impacted relationships, so from your aspect, when you're saying that uh, if a man's bringing in all this money and if he's doing the right things in the bedroom, right? Because that's
Hmm.
important. But let me ask you, if your woman is bringing in the money and she's doing all the right things for you in the bedroom, it's okay for her to go sleep with another man as long as she's doing those things for you?
Yeah, why not?
No,
If
no.
if if
Well,
if that's
it
what she
it,
want to
it
do
So
to
wait, you
keep her
said
happy.
no.
Well, he said no. I say yes. I say, hey, if she bring in the money, hey, she can do whatever she want to do. Hey,
Okay, but to his
that's what
point,
make her happy.
he's
That's what
saying
makes her happy.
no. That's where I feel like
well,
feminism does make an impact on relationships
to
and
whom
careers
has the
because women don't
goal,
want to
to
be with
whom
men that
has
are
the
going to go out and do
goal
that. Like,
wins the spoils. Whoever has the gold wins the spoils. And but the originality of feminism wasn't to outdo man, it was to be on the level of man, not to overdo man. This new wave of feminism taught that. But I mean, I don't know. I just don't believe in the 50-50 or whatever. Because me personally, the most I can do is 70-30. You know, because you have to contribute something. I don't know. I don't know what a 50-50 is. I've never had a woman pay rent. I've never like even. I don't know. Like, nah,
Well,
you have to be very feminine over here.
I've never had a female to pay rent either, or pretty much pay anything out of her pocket if she was with me. So that on that aspect, yeah. So
hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what a
I, I
50-50
never even
is,
had.
because like,
I
let's
never
just
even
be
had a female
real. If a
pay for
woman
rent.
could, if a woman have a choice to pay 100% rent herself, pay half rent with a dude, or no rent with a dude, what would most women choose?
I mean, again, it that depends.
There's
I'm
no
not.
rent
Most
cost.
women. We're talking
It would
about if 100
depend. I
women was
mean, that's
lined up.
most women. I don't know. I don't think you could even say most women because women that are empowered are going to be like, what are the stipulations if you're paying my rent? Like, what are your expectations? Or,
No,
like,
if the man who's paying the rent, he's gonna have the stipulations. Your opinion don't matter.
okay, well, then that's not going to work because my opinion will always
Uh,
matter.
then you can pay 100% yourself while another woman pays no rent and is able to stack money, and we can build.
Period. I will pay 100% of my mortgage and I will continue to be single and sleep with whoever I want to and do it all by myself.
And like I said, I love that for you because hey, I'm eating over here. But then again, it's kind of like I think that at the root of feminism for women like yourself, um, y'all have the option, and that's really what it's about. It's about options. It's about the option to want to either be a stay-at-home mom or be an independent boss bitch. It's not really to fight in between the two. You have the option to be that. And I'm okay with anybody wanting what they want, just long as they understand what comes with it.
Yeah, and I definitely respect and hear you know, a few of the key points that you've pointed out. But you know, I'm gonna. I think because I am in the situation that I am, and I have been single for so long that I guess that's probably why I have a different point of view at this point in my life.
So, what would be the advice you would give to a 21-year-old girl right now?
Um, Gee, that's hard because when I was 21, I was 7 months pregnant with my first daughter. So,
With a ring or without a ring?
uh, without a ring.
So, your husband that you married you as a single mom.
No, we were. I didn't have like a ring per se, but I have the same father of all three of my kids.
So they was
So
in a
we were
relationship.
together. Yeah, just not
Okay,
married at the
so
time. We didn't get married until
y'all had a child, got married, then had a
then had
divorce
two more.
after the children.
Yeah,
Okay, so I mean, like it ended up working out with you, but
yeah.
but as a 21-year-old who has no kids, just graduated college with their AA or whatever, and wants to go be an, they have the choice whether they could be with a man they admire, respect, or be with a man they could go 50-50 with.
I mean, if it was me speaking to them at 21, I would tell them to
They're
live their
21,
life.
you're you now.
I would
But
tell them
what
to
does that
live their life.
mean though? That's horrible advice.
Why?
Out
At
of all
21,
the
you
advice,
should be living your life.
look, King
You
Takashi,
should have
he's like a
wanted to get into
mentor
a
to me.
relationship and
He has never
having a
told me, "Oh, go live your life."
you should be going to college. You should be doing all the things and like living your best life, traveling, doing all those things. Because when you do get married and you do have kids, like those things change.
Necessarily don't have
So,
to.
I mean, because like it's kind of like you're trying to put one on the other. Because like, yeah, you can go travel and all that, but does that make you a better wife?
No, it doesn't make you a better wife, but I mean, you definitely get to know each other before you're bringing in like all the stress of life, right? Like having kids and all those things. Like those are stressful things. Like if I could go back in time, like I would have like finished college. I would have like gone out and like traveled and done all the things because here I am at 38 years old doing some fucking wild shit, living my best life. But I didn't get to do that when I was 21 years old because I was having kids, getting married, and like not living life. Now I'm living life and I'm like, damn, like I wish I would have done that when I was 21 years old and got
She
it like
said,
out of my
"Living
system.
la." She said, "Living la vida loca," and that's why these conversations are, for the most part, important and informative because it's like most young men, well, men, we don't get to live our life until we're in our 30s, and then like women that's in the 30s, they get mad at us because we don't want them. We want the younger girls. So it's just funny to me how that happens.
That is true. I be messing around with a 26-year-old and I'm 38. So
Well, age shouldn't even have a
it
value
shouldn't.
anyways.
It shouldn't. But in some aspects, like
I,
it
me
does make a
personally,
difference.
I can't deal with younger females anyways because they get on my nerves. So that's it's just
Exactly.
it's not there for me. Like most females that's younger than me, I'm like, oh, it's not there.
It ain't for everybody, but
It's
hey,
definitely
but like I said, I love it for her, man. I mean, I bet you like it for her too. We need to make a trip to Arizona.
we do.
You guys can come.
Mike been hitting me up about it.
It'd be
Matter of fact,
wild.
he just texted me about it too. He told me when I'm coming back out there.
Who did?
I, Mike, he just texted me about it. Not,
Did you call him?
no,
Did you call him Mike or did you call him Fletch? We don't call him Mike.
I call him Mike. Well, I used to call him Fletch when we was back in the military, but I call him Mike now.
Damn. Somebody says Mike. We're like, who?
Yeah, Fletch. I mean, yeah, I used to call him Fletch back in the days, but that's when we was like when we used to be smashing females together. Like we never gave out our government names anyways.
That's funny.
Yeah, so we used to have like code names back in the days. So
What
females
was
Oh
your
never.
code
Lord.
name?
Yeah, we ain't even gonna
Oh,
go there.
oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. We had the code
Oh,
names
not
on.
50-50. This is where you get the 51.9%. Got you.
Right. Yeah, yeah. We had codes like that. It used to be some wild days. Wild days. It was some wild days. But
So
how?
yeah, you guys come to Arizona, you'll have some more wild days for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to get out there before I go out to Japan. I'm gonna try to get out there. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try to get out there this month.
Ooh, say less.
Mm.
So what else I wanted to hear here? It was a 50 here. Oh, so would you consider yourself like an alpha female?
You're gonna have to you're gonna have to open that up a little bit more. Like, what do you mean?
Like you said, alpha female, like you. So when you in a relationship, would you have to be like in charge, or would you be submissive to the male?
In
Being
what
that
aspect? Like in the bedroom or like in life in general? Because
in
I
life
feel
in
like
general, in
okay.
life in general.
Um, no, I think being single has definitely taught me a lot. I think I've opened up to a lot of things. I think that in my previous, like when I was married, super controlling, right? Like, where are you going? What are you doing? Like, why is this person texting you? Like, that's just not realistic. And like, I've grown since then. But I definitely think just like communication is super important. I don't think that I would be, I mean, I haven't been in a relationship in a while, but I definitely wouldn't, I don't think I would be controlling anymore as long as there was that communication. But I think there's a part of me that's still a female, and to where I definitely would be a little bit Dick Tracy every once in a while. I don't know, but submissive, 100%. I don't know. I don't think
All
I
right.
would be controlling, but I would be submissive if I found the right man.
So if
Uh,
you're an alpha woman, that means you want a feminine man, submissive man. You can't have two people driving a car at the same time. So if you're an alpha woman, does that mean you want a submissive man?
But she said she would be submissive.
I like dominant men. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I do want a man that like tells me what to do. Like no, you ain't going there with that girl, or you
But
know,
you just said that was controlling,
no. I'm
and you
saying for
didn't
me, like
like it.
I was saying for myself, I'm not controlling. Like, I wouldn't be controlling anymore and be like, where are you going? What are you doing? But I was talking about for myself in a relationship. But from a
Oh,
man,
okay.
I do want a man to choke me and tell me what the fuck I'm gonna do. Like, I think that's hot. Like,
Whoa.
100%. He was asking for me if I
50,
was
50
like,
shades
I
of
would be
gray.
that.
50
You said
shades of
what?
gray, huh? 50
Oh,
shades
I
of
just
gray.
watched that last night. Yes, let me find my Christian. Okay, please.
Ain't nothing wrong with 50 Shades of Grey.
Not at all.
Not at all. I found that out with a stripper. 50 Shades of Grey.
Mm.
When I
Hell
came,
no.
I came to that house. I was like, oh shit, we got all this. That's what's up. I wasn't even prepared for that. I was like, well, let me act a role here.
Right, we can play
Mm.
show and tell.
50 shades of black.
And I wanted to be
Mm.
tied up to the bed, everything, all that craziness. I was like, oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, definitely down with 50 Shades of Black too.
I don't know. I guess with that definition, I guess I don't know, like an alpha woman to me probably isn't the same definition you gave yourself.
No, no, she didn't say she was an alpha female. She said she described herself as a submissive female. She said she would like a alpha male. She said she would
Mm.
be submissive to an alpha male.
I don't think somebody wasn't actively listening, but it's okay.
Mm,
It's cool.
No, I heard a lot of word salad, and I think I interpreted the wrong thing. So my fault on that. That's my bad. I misjudged.
that's why I'm here.
Yeah. I mean, what do you prefer, Takashi?
Oh, some definitely a submissive female. Definitely. I can't deal with someone that's like no, not alpha. That's just like too manly for me.
Mm.
It's just not. It doesn't
Like
work
a
for me.
man's a man for a reason. Like
Yeah.
just it's
I
just what
had
it
a
is.
I had a female like my I had a female that was like that. It didn't work out well. You know what I'm saying? We almost went to jail together. So it doesn't work. It doesn't work out. You know?
Nah, not jail, bro. Not
Yeah,
jail.
yeah, man. That's when my younger days, man. That's why I realized that that's not the type of female that I want to play around with. Cause I know that would end me up in jail. So like, nah. So and that's when I was like what 18, 19. I figured that out real quick.
Mm,
Mm.
I feel that. I was like 22 in Vegas with my ex-husband, and we both almost went to jail for being like that with each other. And I'm like, no, this is not gonna work. I
Yeah,
do not look
yeah.
good in orange.
Yeah, because when the cops came to my house, I was like, "Oh no, this is not how it's gonna work out like that.
Oh no.
I'm not made out for jail like that."
Mm-mm.
So,
This man said I'm too pretty and chunky. I can't be in jail.
nah, can't do that. Oh. So yeah,
I mean, I
I
don't know
realized
if
that.
Orange is the New Black would have premiered back in the day. I might have been enticed to go to jail. You know,
No,
I
nah,
don't know.
shit, not me, not at all. I watched that whole series. Nah, not me.
Okay, so when the girl went down on her behind the piano, like that enticed me.
I mean, that was cool and all, but I'm like, for me, nah. Still ain't there ain't no motivation there for me.
It ain't the same way. You
Yeah,
know,
ain't the
like
same
orange
way.
is the new black, but hey, blue is not the new black. Like you is not ain't nothing another man could do to make me grab my ankles. I'm sorry, it ain't happening.
Okay, I
And
hear
I
that.
and I worked by a prison in Pensacola, and no, that song wasn't cool at all. Like I was like, I'm glad I never went to jail because I was like, yo, there's no way I would have survived at all. Period.
Mm-mm. Nah, there too much be going on, and there's definitely some alpha males getting beta treatment over there.
Yeah. So yeah, that wouldn't work for me, and so. And then I had a female that lied on me once too when I was in the Marine Corps about some stuff like that too, and I was like, yo, that ain't gonna work on me either. So so I just stay away from that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you have to, especially.
I just want to do
Hey,
that.
this man said. Hey, this man said he like TK. He ran. I
Mm.
beat the case.
Now, two cases, man. That shit wasn't
I,
crazy. And that's
I was
before that.
fortunate to not have nothing like that happen to me.
This is when I don't know if you was in the military at this time. This is like when family advocacy first came about. This is
Yeah,
when they
around
first.
2014,
No, I'm talking about the beginning, like 2000, like
2011.
no, 2007, like when they first started doing this.
Oh,
Yo,
okay.
yeah, 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 man. That was yeah, that showed my age there. That's when they first started doing
Oh
it.
God.
That's before you even got in, right?
Well, speaking of family, we are in a family deficit in America, right?
Mm-hmm. which I was gonna
Like,
I was gonna bring that up.
I
But I think that's more so because people are working more now. So that I don't even know if that has anything to do with feminism though.
nah, that's
So
the economy.
Mm.
Well, I mean, slightly. Um, we are having less children, but women are opting to have children later in life. So we're having less children, and women are having well, we have less families, and women are opting to have children later. So it is a sense, but it's also the man too. The men don't have enough money to finance two or three kids by themselves. Most men can. So I mean, it is the economy is definitely taking advantage of everything, and it is what it is.
I mean, I that all depends on where you live at. Because like if you live in Mississippi, I mean the average family size is like 5, 6 kids. You like if you in that valley area like up there like Mississippi and like what Tennessee or something like that. Like I was reading like the average family size is like 5 or 6 kids.
I don't know how they do it because I mean I'm not going to talk bad about
Well,
Mississippians,
I'm not talking
but
bad about it. I'm just saying that the cost of living there is pretty
low.
cheap. So you can
Yeah,
do that. So
if I was making Florida money in Mississippi, I'll be rich.
yeah, because matter of fact, I was just looking at the I think I was looking at a post. They was talking about like what a two bedroom apartment costs and what you would have to make. And I think in was it um Arkansas, Mississippi, you only had to make like what $15 an hour to afford a two bedroom apartment. Like for an
A
example
two
here,
bedroom? Oh
yeah.
wow.
For example, like in here in like Florida, you would have to make at least 26, $27 an hour just to qualify. And that's not even for the 4 times the amount that you have to have just to get into the apartment.
Yeah.
So I think it's the location plays a part as well. I mean, if you have
100%.
places where you're not really not making that much money or the cost of living is really low, you can have a lot of kids. But if you New York,
But who
California,
wants to have a lot of kids? Like,
man, I've seen it, man. I've seen people like me working admin, man. Shit, I've seen dude come in with 13 kids.
oh hell no.
So
Best
I
thing I
mean,
ever
it's
did was get
definitely.
divorced and have 50-50 custody, and my kids are gone every other week, and I'll be living my best life.
I don't
uh,
know. I mean, for me, I got one, but like, hey, I don't know. Some people are running and gunning and still living their best life somehow. I don't
yeah,
know.
I had a Marine that was like that, man. Matter of fact, we're the same. We was the same age at this time, and this dude, I had my first kid, and he was at like number 4 or 5, and I was like, we was like what 19, 20.
Jesus.
I was like, damn, dude. And this is New Jersey. He was from New Jersey.
Yeah, but what did he plan on having all those kids, or was
Hell
he just
yeah,
out there
yeah. He was.
swinging and
I
swinging
don't
and
know if
linging
he
in
was.
his little thing? You know?
I don't know if he was planning on, but he had 4 or 5 by that time. I was like, damn, dude, that's crazy. But I think he wound up staying in. So like, well, he would be close to 20 years. So I mean, at this point, all of them will be taken care of. So I mean,
Yeah, I'm about to say he gonna have to stay in.
yeah, he would have had to stay in at that point because that child support would
I
have
mean,
done
I
hit
had
him
an
up.
ex coworker that had like I think he had 13 kids, and he literally was I think he's like 60 now, but when I had worked with him, his youngest was like 5, and I was like, Cornell, like you still that thing still works at 55, like he was still producing kids.
Yeah, it happens.
I don't
Shit.
know. I mean, I'll be lucky to have one more, but
Well, I
I
ain't
ain't
trying to.
popping them out like that.
I ain't trying to. Hey, once my youngest get out of here, we out of here. You know what I'm saying?
He
Period.
said we
That's
are. You know you gonna have like five more.
Hell no. Even when I go
Come
to
on now.
when I go to other countries, I'm wrapping it up now. Like, yo, I ain't trying to have no surprises like 20 years later. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he
nah.
said when
They
I'm going to
they
other
poke.
countries, I'm wrapping it up.
Not to mention other states, bro. Like
Yeah.
you gonna get caught up, man.
No,
It's just a trick of the trade.
no, no. Don't wish that on me. Don't wish that on
I
me.
know,
Shit.
right? Whose side are you on?
Yeah.
No, I'm just being real. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you running and gunning, what you think gonna happen?
I don't slip up like that, son. I plans. I plans it out.
Is it plan B's?
Yep, plan B and condoms. Boy, we lakes test all the way around here. And plus, I don't trust no female like that, anyways.
Fact.
I never trusted females like that. Like, I haven't, nah. Especially if they say they have their own condoms. Nah, player. I got my own.
Hey, red flag. Red
Yeah.
flag.
And I have females that do
That
that. You
is a
know,
red flag.
and see, that's another reason why I don't drink anymore. So you
Or
can't
they
fool me.
say,
You can't
I'm
fool
on
me
birth
at
control.
all.
I got my tubes tied. No, you still wear a condom.
Yeah. Even though that
Women
shit
be
don't fit,
trifling, y'all. They be trying to like trap you guys. Trust me.
you can't trap me.
He
I've been
said
there.
no trapping.
I've been down that road, man. I've been down that road, even with like with child support, y'all. I've been down that road where they froze my bank account for like $25,000. So because I wasn't paying it to the state, I was paying the person, paying the female out of my account, and I wasn't paying it to the state. So they said that was a gift, and so they froze my accounts and took the money out of there like that. So yeah, so
Joint
that's why
red.
I don't trust females like that. Mm-mm.
I mean,
There are some
hey, at the
scandalous
end
ones
of the
out there.
day, they scandalous and dudes do be trapping women though. They do be out there like knowing damn well, like, hey, uh, I want you, but I don't want you, but I want you.
Hmm.
It's messed up.
I mean, I think the crazier the female is, the more attractive that they be sometimes. But I mean, like they be, uh, I don't know. I don't have my fair share of crazy females. They're the ones you gotta keep
Haven't
going,
we all?
and they're the ones you keep going back to though. That's the ones you keep going back to though.
Because
Uh,
because let's just be real, you guys. Like we know why you guys go back to those females.
Hell yeah.
Like I'm
I
crazy,
mean,
but I know
why is it? Oh, you crazy? Okay, so
I
she
know I'm
know.
crazy. I know I'm crazy, but I also know I got good pussy too, and I be doing things and making them come back. So they like
Oh
they don't know what they want to deal
Lord.
with, you know.
Said Cookie Crisp.
Eh, a lot of females say that.
I mean, yeah, talk is talk, actions are actions, you know.
You right. That's what I be telling them. Like, cause I don't ever hear guys ever say that. Yo, I got good dick, yo. Da da da. But you
You
have
don't
to
hear
have
guys.
the.
Well, I hope you don't hear guys saying that, but I've heard guys say that, and some of them are correct, and then they make women crazier because then they crave that. Um,
Well,
Definitely have those situations myself. They make me crazier because it is good dick. But then there are men that say they have good dick and they ought not be saying that. So
yeah, I just wait for the female to say it. So like, all right, cool. Then that's your cue right there. Shit.
you wait for women to tell you that you have good dick, or you wait?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. If
confused.
you
What do you mean?
first of all, if you get a call back, you good. So if you don't get a
Period.
call back, then your shit trash. So you already know your answer.
That
So
is
so it
accurate.
doesn't it doesn't it doesn't really matter what she say. If she call you back, bam, you good. If she don't call you back, hey,
Bam, just like that.
yeah. So I mean, you move
It
on to the
is
next.
very much so like that. I mean, unless you're like that one drunk night and nobody else is picking up, and you just need like you know that that penetration that you just can't give yourself, you might make that call. But it's a really desperate call.
Right. So I even have this rule: like if I smash a female, I don't even call her for like 2 3 days. I let her call me. If she
Oh,
call me
we
back
know.
after,
We're very aware of your guys' rules. Okay, we're very aware.
nah, not my rules. I
No,
got
just the man
48
men's
hours.
overall.
48 hours. That's the rule
And
right
then when
there.
they say, "I'm not playing games," bull fucking shit.
It's
Y'all
not
know
a
what you
game.
do. It is a game.
Like if she called you back after 48 hours, you good.
You said rule, right? Rules are part of games, so therefore you are playing a game.
No, it's not. You're just setting the standard there.
Sir. Sir.
I mean, they acting like they're not participating in it as well. So it's cool.
Yeah, just
Hey, I
I
mean,
mean,
like I said before, I like it. If the man's in control and the man is in control when he's playing that game and then he plays hard to get, that's a turn on. So I'm down to play the game. Let's play checkers.
Jigsaw, let's play a game.
chess, not checkers. Always chess around here. Always chess. Yeah, the crazy girls. Yeah, I definitely go back to crazy girls, but I try to stay away from them. But then, damn.
Mm-mm,
What do
not
you
right
consider a
now.
crazy girl?
No, I done had girls like broke my windows out of my car.
Oh shit! Like he
Yeah,
talking like Jasmine Sullivan right now.
yeah, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't even my fault though.
It
It
never
was really
is.
well. It wasn't my fault.
Hmm.
This particular story wasn't even my fault, right? So I was at the club, right? The girl that I was talking to at the time, right? She was there with her friend. Another girl I had smashed maybe like 2 3 years ago had came in. All of them work together now at a different club. They all work together. Her friend had told her, "Yo, he had smashed her." So like when she had walked into the club, like I had walked out to my car because I was like, "Yo, it's about to go down. It's about to go crazy." 'Cause I didn't even know they didn't like each other. But when I seen the friend talking to the other girl and her face changed, I was like, "Oh, it's time to go." Then I came outside, my car was all busted up. I was like, "Damn."
Oh shit.
So,
Okay, I can say that I have not been to that level of crazy. I did key my ex husband's car one time, but that's because he was at the bar getting drunk and left me home with our child. And so when I came home, I might have taken my keys across his truck. But I was also very young. I was like 21, 22.
oh, that's not really crazy. I mean, though, we done had females that waited outside of our apartment, like in the
Oh,
in the,
no.
in the bushes and shit like that.
No. See, I've
They're
thought
like,
about those things,
I
but I'm
knew you
like, I'm
was
not going to
like,
make
that's my
myself look
sister.
like that. So it's not worth it to me. Like, there is no dick that's worth me looking like a fucking psychopath. I will find the next one.
Trust me, I done had it. Busted out your windows for no reason at all. Yeah, definitely. What she said? Don't don't pee her on here. Oh no, we getting comments. Sorry,
Oh,
I posted them on the what you call it. Yeah, I done had that. Matter of fact, me and Mike don't have some crazy. Well, we had one crazy. Yeah, I don't want to tell that story.
oh,
She
I want
might
to
be
hear
listening.
about that one. You know, I want to
Um,
have some
no,
blackmail for flex. That's for sure.
we don't have some. Well, I'm not going to even go. I'm gonna let him tell you that we don't have some.
Okay, so give me it again, because he might actually go out with my girlfriends and I tonight. So what was it
Everybody was
again? So I can ask him about it.
everybody was single in this situation. Yet we want to act like you did them wrong. What? What do you mean by that?
Man, we all grown, man. At this point, we all know the deal. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if you a dude and you dealing with a crazy chick, if
You
you
know.
are giving a crazy word, you're only gonna make the situation worse for you.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I can
And
tell.
the only way you can fix it is to keep feeding the bird. So if you trying to cut this thing off,
You got
You
to think
know,
like this.
cold
So
turkey, you fucking yourself up.
yeah, we definitely had to do like so for this particular story. So the chick that I was messing with, I was only messing with her like because she had money at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh Lord.
And and I, you know, at this time I was messing with her because she wasn't nothing that I would bring on base or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing like that. It was just like yo, just smash and leave whatever. Well, she had a friend that was bad. And so I had hooked Mike up with the friend. But Mike was already dealing with it. He had another situation that was going on. And so the girl that I was messing with, right, had got sick. And she was like, yo, she gonna be at the hospital. And and I was like, all right, bet, you know what I'm saying? And her friend said she was gonna go to the hospital with her. So me and Mike was like, yo, we gonna go out to the club. So we was gonna go out to the club and Mike was with his situation, his other situation. And the other two girls had showed up to the club, and so and like I had told the girl that I was sick, like I was at the house, like I wasn't going to go out, so I was going to be sick, and so when she saw me, she was surprised, but then when she saw Mike, she was even more surprised. The other girl started speaking Japanese to the other situation, and then they started fighting. And then Mike had came upstairs, and then Mike had got beat up by the other two girls. And matter of fact, actually, it was another third girl that was on there too. So it was just crazy. That night was crazy. So we had to get him out of there. So
You had to save a hoe that night, and Mike was the
and,
hoe.
and then the girl that was driving us, she couldn't drive because she was fucking drunk, and she couldn't already drive when she was sober. So it was just like, yo, it was bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I haven't had no. I have never been that crazy girl that has done that kind of shit before, but that's crazy to me.
I mean, we used to do some wild stuff. We used to have girls on like a floor here and a floor there and a floor down here, and then we'll rotate.
No, rotate
Hmm.
between the girls.
Hmm.
Oh my
No,
god.
no, yeah, they'll be up there with like a group of friends up there, and then like we had another group down here. They was with their friends, and then we had another one down here. Yeah, we was wilding back then, and they all didn't even know about each other. But that's what we used to do back in the days. That was my younger days here. I used to run the streets. Keyword: you were only messing. Therefore, there's nothing official. Right, right. Nothing official. But yeah, that chick. Matter of fact, that chick was so crazy. That one, the one that I was talking about, the one I was dealing with, just like for financial. She used to come back to that club. I stopped coming to that club. She went to that club like for 6 months straight, looking for me. I remember the security was like, "Yo, old girl was. She's been coming here for like 6 months looking for you." That shit was wild. But no, back in the days. So yeah, crazy shit. That's my Achilles heel. But that's that. Man, we off topic now. We're way off topic.
We are. We're all over the place, like you was back in the day.
Yeah, not rotating chick. Hey, Ro, you know how I was back in the days, girl. You know how I used to be. There's another Marine chick here.
Mm.
She
So
cool.
for
She cool.
you,
Cool peoples.
from a man's perspective, so like you were saying, like in one night, how you would go from one girl to the next girl to the next girl. Is it just like in a man's perspective, can one female satisfy you in one night, or is it just like the high of having multiple women?
I mean, a female can. One can. Depends. I mean, if she
So
put
are
in
you
work.
saying that those women that you would bounce from weren't?
No,
I'm only
not
asking
that. Not.
because I think even for me, like recently, like I will literally have sex with a man and then he'll leave and I'll be like, damn, like I'm still not taken care of. So I'll call somebody else to come over and take care of me because like he can't do it. But if it's so good, I don't feel like I would have to make that phone call. So I'm
I
just
mean,
wondering, like from a man's perspective, if that's the case too.
it could be. I mean, it depends on the night. It depends on and how the vibe was. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes females be like um, if you have to work for it and it's good, then then it's worth it. Then yeah, it's probably one chick. If you have to work for it and it's not good, then no, then we have to go to the next chick. We have to conquer another chick. So, and we used to have this thing where we used to have this thing where it's called divide and conquer. So like, and sometimes it'd be like, we'll come to the club. It's four of us, four girls. So we have to divide them to it was a game. Sometimes it was a game. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, we could get these group of girls. We can get all four of these girls to the hotel. You know what I'm saying? You just see how we can do it. And sometimes that used to be the play.
Hmm.
And sometimes somebody had to take one for the team, someone, and so like because usually the bigger chicks are always the hardest chicks to get to get the whole group back. So and so and you can't have the softest dude on the biggest chick. So
You definitely can't. It's not going to end well.
no, because then nobody ain't gonna get nothing. So what she say? I had a homegirl back in the days, and we had a meeting over this one dude that we both had our eye on, and we agreed that he was fair game. We just never called him up on the same day. That's what's up. Women play games too. Yeah, we know. It's just who plays the game better that night. That's what it comes down to.
That is true.
So, and most of the time, Mike can tell you, I don't even drink. Like most of the time, I don't even drink. So like, I used to be like clear minded. So I used to be, hey, I could pull a chick easy. Or if he was drunk, then I'm like, hey, yo, that's not the way to go. We need to find somebody else. So, because usually I was the one that was the driver, so I had to be the sober one. So, and plus, I used to work at strip club, so I used to talk a lot of females all the time. So I used to run game all the time, and I used to know how their game used to play. So,
Does that mean you don't know how the game's played anymore?
oh no, I definitely know how the game is played. I
Okay.
don't lose. You don't lose that. It just recycles. The game recycles. It's nothing new. Nothing new underneath the sun. You just have I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's nothing new underneath the sun. It just recycles. And then if you don't think it's transactional, then what we here for? So that's usually what I tell girls too. So life is transactional, and that's how we're gonna play this game.
And women are going to keep the receipts on those transactions, just so you know.
Yeah, shit, they can keep the receipt. I don't care. Shoot, what they gonna do? What they gonna use it for? Let's see here. What she said here? She said we both don't want kids, so we definitely wrapped it up. But that's how it is. People are out here playing games, but not really looking to start a family. I believe the whole society has shaped the standard and diet that impacts for. Yeah, that's true.
I would agree.
I definitely agree there. 100% agree here. Why is my thing looking like that? I think Jamal done left here. gonna wrap this up a little bit here. Not 13 comments. That's good. Definitely. And then as far as what is the last topic here? Oh, I'm gonna put the topic in for next week in the chat here. So we get
Cool.
I already came up with a couple topics here. Well, I didn't really come up with them. Jamal came up with the topics. I thought they was pretty interesting here.
Question: You say is it Jamar or Jamal? You're saying
Jamal, Jamal.
is his name on Facebook Mayor Mel?
Yeah,
He
diet.
he challenges me sometimes when I read his comments and his perspectives, but I actually enjoyed him tonight, so I think I might actually like him.
Diet. I mean, that's what he's here for. Diet and facts that people are not trying to start families, which has decreased the. Yes, yes. I believe a lot of that comes from working a lot too. It comes to, I mean, people are working like 50, 60 hours a week. They don't really have time to really start a family. And most of them don't want to start a family. Most people are workaholics.
Period.
And I've been doing taxes for about what 14 years. I rarely see people have like 5 or 6 kids nowadays. When I first started doing taxes in like 2008, 2009, I used to see a lot of people having like 5, 6, sometimes 8, 9 kids. Now the most you see is like 2, 3 kids. You don't see like people have big families, and I think it's more so where they live at, how how much they're earning, and their energy level. Because kids are not easy to deal with,
Mm-mm.
especially when they're teenagers. Because I mean, I got teenagers now.
Me
They're not
too.
easy to deal with. So
Yeah, I can honestly say if I ever got remarried again, that would be a conversation. Like, I'm not having any more kids. That's for sure. So if they wanted that and they didn't have that, that would be something that we would not
that would
agree on.
that probably be a deal breaker for, I mean, for most
100%.
guys. Yeah,
Yep.
because guys are creators, and you got to have something. I mean, I think guys need to create something before they leave, but that's just me. You got to leave something behind.
I mean, I agree with that. But if he already had one from, you know, somebody else, he can just have that to leave behind.
Well, if he
You
wants
don't have
something
to
with
be
you,
a creator with every single woman. Like,
but what if he wanted to?
well, then
What would
then I'm
what
not the
would
one for him.
what would be the compromise? Well, I mean, there would be no compromise.
There would be no compromise on my end. I don't want any more kids.
Yeah, that's understandable, I guess, for the most part.
But I will
So
keep practicing on making kids.
Nick Cannon, oh, unless you have Nick Cannon money. Not everybody has Nick Cannon money there.
Mm,
He got some. He got what 12, 13 kids. I think I was
I
watching
think
something
13.
where the dude had like 23 kids, 24 kids.
I
I'm
thought
thinking
it
that.
was 13 or 14. I don't think
No,
he
no,
has that
no,
much.
no. I know. No, I'm talking about Nick Cannon. I know he got 13
Oh,
kids.
okay.
I'm talking about
Somebody
somebody else.
else. Okay.
Yeah, I think I was scrolling through that shit TikTok or something. Some of the I
That's
think I read something with it was a 23, 24 kids. I said, man, that is a lot. And it was all by different females, which was surprising to me because if one female has like 2 or 3 kids by one person, and then the other person have 2 or 3 kids, you would think the third and the fourth and the fifth female would understood, stand the what she's getting into. But I don't know.
mm,
That's a whole
sometimes
nother.
common sense is not very common.
I mean, it all depends. I mean, probably not monogamous is not a thing that they was practicing. And that's a whole nother conversation because I don't even believe monogamous is a natural thing. So we'll talk about that on another show.
Look forward to it. I got my
All right.
opinions on it.
Yeah. In fact, we might talk about that next week. All right, so we need to wrap this up here. So I'll see you next week here. I think same time next week.
I get off at 8 your guys' time next week, so I could do an 8 o'clock or 8:30.
Okay, that's fine. All right, I'm gonna go and edit this, and then we'll have this out by Wednesday.
Cool. I look forward to it.
All right, thank you.
All right.
I'll
Talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Thanks for tuning into the Wet Zone, the wetter the better podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode.
It's the only podcast I listen to.
And we look forward to having you back for more. Go stream and download wherever you listen to podcasts. Take care.